Welcome back to another episode of Jaja's Atelier. It's the Paris Fashion Week edition. My week was super hectic, so my apologies. I wasn't able to go live. I had so many things up in the air and going on and still do. But I had to come on and talk about everything from Paris Fashion Week. I'm going to just jump straight into it. No intro. Let's get straight into it. My favorite shows. So, the first collection I want to talk about is Courage. The spring summer 2024 collection by creative director Nicolas De Felice. I simply adored this collection. I love how Nicholas just stays true to the house while simultaneously working in his own flair, and just the silhouettes were absolutely stunning. I really, really enjoyed the choice of fabrics. Also, it was so eclectic. I loved the cream, asymmetrical cream baby doll dresses. I also loved the dresses with the bell sleeves. It was just so gorgeous. I really, whenever Paris Fashion Week comes around, I really look forward to Courage because when it comes to like that nuanced modern business chic, Nicholas D. Felice nails it every time and in a different way each time. And quite frankly, without using too much different colors or prints, it's usually cream, black, whites, and browns. Very basic colors, but always so intricate. The details are always so sharp and eye catching. We've seen Beyonce wear Courage throughout her Renaissance tour. We've seen uh, Gigi Hadid is definitely a Courage girl, even though she didn't walk the show this year. Another collection I got to talk about, Marnie. I loved Marnie. Francisco Riso really served uh, just 70s nostalgia. It was just, I could see like the 70s icons like Rick James and Marvin Gaye and Jimi Hendrix. I could see all of them just, if Marnie came out in the 70s, they would be the ones on the front row of this show. Instead, let's take it to 2023. We had, I normally do not talk about the men's fashions, but Usher killed it for the men's fashion for Paris Fashion Week. This bloody red, black polka dot, ladybug print, the suit, the jacket, the glasses, and he's so fucking fine. Usher been fine since I was 7 years old, okay? Usher has been fine literally since I was 7 years old. He has not aged. Also, we have Quavo. I wasn't really crazy about his look. Quavo was Quavo. And also the icon, the spiritual priestess, honey, Erica Badu was front row. I just really love these collections. I also, baby doll dresses are coming back in. The 60s nostalgia left Milan and traveled over to Paris. I love these little micro mini neon baby doll dresses. I just loved it. My next favorite collection. Okay, now you guys know I have unbridled love for Givenchy. I love Herbert Givenchy. He was one of the greats. And Matthew Williams is continuing on with his legacy. This collection was also so beautiful. Let me tell you something. The details in this collection, the details, the styling was impeccable. I'm not quite sure who styled this show. Looking at my notes, it really gave, he had these dresses that gave early 1900s flapper, but instead of using like embroidery and those heavy fabrics, he used the fabric of the season darling, chiffon. I thought these dresses were just so brilliant. This to me, to some people were like, oh, it was really simple. I didn't, it was whatever. But to me, to make a flapper dress current by using this second skin chiffon type fabric, I thought that was brilliant. Also, I also liked the stockings over the heels. I have been doing this. This is a little trick, and I thought that I was super fucking ghetto for doing this, but this is a little trick. If you need a boot, or your shoe doesn't match your outfit, I always put like a thin sock over my heel, like to create the illusion of a boot or whatever. These are just regular, they look, well, they're not regular. Nothing in Paris Fashion Week is regular, but these are just like regular run-of-the-mill nylon stockings slipped over the shoe. But I have a picture from you back from, I think this is from 2015, when I was like so obsessed with Kim K and that whole Yeezy vibe when she was married to Kanye. And I have the picture right here. This picture got a lot of likes. That was when Instagram used to let you get likes. Now they don't. But anyway, if you look closely down at my feet, you would think that these were white boots, but I wanted that Yeezy effect. So I had a pair of PVC plastic clear heels with a white heel on it. So I was like, all right, well, I'll just slip this sock over it and boom. And nobody knew. But I just thought that this was super crazy because I've always done that. I thought I was the only one that did it, and I thought I was like really weird for doing it, but shout out to you. I also loved, let me see what else. Okay, the office looks. That's what else I want to touch on. The office looks were also so beautiful. And Matthew Williams for Givenchy, there's always a touch of defiance in his collections. Always. Like, it's always something, it's super glamorous, but it's with like an unexpected fabric or an unexpected accessory that just typically would not go with the aesthetic that he's presenting, but he always makes it work. So I like that as well. Huge shout out to Matthew K. Williams for Givenchy. That collection really blew me, especially when I saw that fucking sock over that fucking heel. I was like, oh, I'm not crazy. Thank God. Okay. Moving on. Daniel Rosenberry, I think you're a genius. I love what you're doing at Schiaparelli. This collection was beyond. The last collection that he presented, I liked it, but I wasn't crazy about it. And I was like, okay, is it starting to wane a little bit? Is he running out of ideas? Absolutely not. He was just saving the best for later. This collection is beyond. I also want to talk about Kendall Jenner closed the Schiaparelli show with this gorgeous finale look made out of red nails laid on stretch tulle. I thought this was beautiful. And what I also liked about this look, anybody could wear this. Any body type could wear this. I loved it. I loved it, loved it, loved it. I also loved the way that he just pushes boundaries is next level. I loved the accessories, just everything about it. Everything about it was just, I lived for it. But that closing look with Kendall Jenner, with that stretch tool with the red Swarovski crystal red press on nails, surrealism at its best. I hope he never. This is one creative director that I never want to see leave Schiaparelli. I don't know who else would, hypothetically speaking, if he was to leave, I don't know who else. I don't know who else could do it. They would have to go and get like John Galliano. I don't even think, and this is a big statement that I'm about to make, I don't even think John Galliano could step in his shoes. He is a master. Daniel Rosenberry is a master at this. I have never seen it's been years since I've seen a creative director come into a heritage house and just nail it year after year. I'm a huge fan of Daniel Rosenberry. Also, front row, my two best dressed front row for the Schiaparelli show. Okay, I gotta give it to Rosalia, and I think that's how you say her name, Rosalia, and honey, Kylie Jenner. That body, I was not crazy about the dress, but I'm also a fan of fit. And this dress fit her impeccably. Rosia's outfit, it was like motherfucker skip the bull because we matadors. You know, she looked like she was getting ready to tame a bull. I loved it. I loved it. We also saw Rosalia's look on the runway, but I like the way she styled it better. I don't know who her stylist is, but great job on that. Okay, so here's a bit of drama, a bit of tea. So Victoria Beckham debuted her Spring Summer 2004 collection, and Anna Wintour was there. And so all the scuttlebutt on the internet is that Anna Wintour was pissed at Kim K because Kim K ran a little late. Now, Kim, I love you, girl, but you were ridiculously late. But you know what? I love how the media and social media and all the trolls, they live for anything bad about Kim. They live for it and they attach themselves to it. I looked at the video of Kim arriving while everybody was waiting, and they all looked at her in that pink satin dress like, yes, bitch, the queen has arrived. And she walked right up to Anna Wintour, did a quick handshake, and sat down. The reason why, and people were saying, oh, Anna Wintour was pissed. She got up and moved her seat. No. The reason why Anna Wintour left early was because she had another show to go to. And my sources are telling me that the show started a little late because they had a few lighting technical difficulties, allegedly. Usually my sources are very reliable. But yeah, I don't think that Anna Wintour hates Kim K. But you know what? If she did, I would say, who doesn't Anna Wintour hate? Anna Wintour, she's a hard nut to crack. She seems like she's very stern. Not like mean, but she's just very stern. Like, I feel like she's the type of person, like, once you really get to know her, she's probably like, oh, darling, I just have to do that for the workers. You know what I mean? I don't think she's, like, as much as a bitch as people say she is. When you're a boss in a position like that and you're a woman, sometimes you have to be a little bitchy to get shit done. So, but overall, I did love Victoria Beckham's show. I said on my Instagram and my stories when I was giving my reviews on all the shows, I said this was her best collection to date. I loved, again, with the satin. Satin is another huge fabric. I think satin just never goes anywhere, but I saw it more this year than I have in the past 3 years. And I love, like, the little details on the bust. I loves the accessories. This collection was really, really beautiful. And it had it was delicate, but it also had a very sensual edginess to it, which I liked. Very delicate, but a sensual edge. I liked it. Huge congratulations to you, Victoria Beckham. So, my next show that I want to talk about is Sarah Burton, who debuted her final collection for Alexander McQueen. Now, Sarah has been with Alexander McQueen even prior to his untimely passing, I think back in 2011 or 12. She has been with Alexander McQueen since she graduated from college. I can't remember what college she graduated from. I think she did a short term internship, and then she went right on to Alexander McQueen. So she has been with him even long before he passed away. And she's never quite, I respect her gift. Her style isn't really mine, but I love this collection, honey, she went out with a bang. This collection was a lot more sensual than collections past, to me. Everybody has a difference of opinion. Also, with this show, Naomi closed the show and killed it with this amazing silver beaded, just, you can do no wrong with Naomi. The hair, the cheekbones. You could put this woman in a plastic Food Line ShopRite Pathmark bag with flip flops and she would kill it. But the show did not go off without a little bit of drama. All the designers, after, the collection and the finale walk of the models, they take their final bow. In this case, Sarah Burton's was a lot more emotional, seeing as how she's been with the house for so long, and this is her farewell. She hugged everybody in the audience, and people online were saying, "Oh, well, why did she skip over? Oh my God, what is her name? Yara Shahidi. Yara Shahidi was sitting there. She hugged Edward Enenthal, who is black. She she hugged Anna Wintour, of course, and some. There was another man. I think he's a critic. I think he's a critic for Harper's Bazaar. Somebody was saying allegedly. I'm not sure. And Yara Shahidi was standing next to him, and she skipped over Yara Shahidi. Not a big deal. Let me explain something to you. When it's your final show and you've been at this place, you've been working for this house for so long. Think about if you left a job that you were working at for 15 years. You're not, and you're a beloved person at that job, you're not going to be able to touch everybody before you leave. And I'm sure you don't know what happened at the after party. So the claims that she was being racist and she hates black women, I think that's just such a stretch and such a reach. Let's not do that. Because, honey, Sarah Burton has made some of Beyonce's best looks on the Renaissance tour. So let's not do that. And she's worked with countless other people of color in fashion. So let's not do that. I'm sure it was just a mishap. It's not that serious. But huge congratulations to you, Sarah Burton. I truly respect her longevity in this business and her talents and her loyalty. That's something, and I said that in the last episode when I was talking about Tom Ford and Peter Hawkins taking over, because Peter, like Sarah Burton, Peter Hawkins was with Tom Ford from the beginning. So I love people who are loyal. So huge shout out to her, and leave her the hell alone. She's not racist. It was an honest, I don't even think it was an oversight. I just think she just had to get out of there. There's a lot of moving parts at the end of a fashion show, and I'm sure they met up after, and Yara Shahidi got to show her love and appreciation. She's also dressed Yara Shahidi before as well. So anyway, our next show. Okay, so the Louis Vuitton show by Nicolas Guesquois. I wasn't crazy about it. I wasn't crazy about it. I thought it was like a hodgepodge of a lot of different things just clashed together. I did, however, love the Black Star Power on the front row. We had Zendaya. We had who else? Journey Smollett. We had Ava DuVernay and Cynthia Erivo, amongst so many others who just blew up the spot. They were having a good time. I love that white dress on Zendaya. She didn't really pop out a whole lot for Paris Fashion Week. I don't know if I think she is shooting a movie. I do know for a fact that she's shooting a movie right now. So maybe that's why. So it was good to see Zendaya back out there. It was really good to see Regina King out there. She's been through so much with the loss of her only child and everything. It's so good to see her out and about and smiling. Yeah, I was more interested in the front row than I was the collection. I'm waiting for Pharrell's next collection. I don't know. And usually Nicholas, he nails it, but this time I wasn't crazy about it. Don't hate me. Okay, so this next show that we're getting ready to talk about has got to be my favorite. Not only for Paris Fashion Week, but overall. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm talking about Monsieur Olivier Rousteing for Balmain. So I had no idea that most of his collection was stolen right before Fashion Week. He said I think the pieces were in transfer and they were stolen off the truck right before Fashion Week. I can't even imagine what was going through his mind at that time. I can't even imagine. Like that's all of your work. That'd be like if somebody stole my equipment with all my content in it that I haven't released. people are evil as fuck. And it's not like you could sell that. You could sell that. They're going to know exactly what it is. And you're going to go to fuck to jail. Or as Funky Dunn, even from TGIF, says, to jail. That's exactly where you need to go. But you know what? What God has for you, no man can put us under. Because he pulled some more designs out of his ass and still went on with the show. The collection was fucking brilliant. I lived for it. The front row, we had Kim Cattrall, aka Samantha from Sex and the City, was front row. We also had Cher and her boo thing, I guess. That's what you want to call it. I got another name for it, but I ain't going to say it right now because I don't want to disrespect the queen. But yes, we had Cher and her boy toy. So many amazing stars were at the Bonbon show. Jodie Smith, who always kills it in a look, always. So I really enjoyed this, and I'm so proud and so inspired. Like, yeah, bitch, you might have stole my shit, but guess what? The show must go the fuck on. I am so inspired by that. So inspired by that. Huge shout out to Olivier. I loved the floral motif, just how the dresses just look so molded. And a lot of people have been counting Olivier out lately, saying, oh, it's getting boring, it's getting tired. He completely switched it up. And to switch it up and then to have somebody steal your shit and have to go back to the drawing board and just to fill it in, like, I lived for it. I lived for it. Olivier, I hope they find whoever stole your beautiful designs so you could spit in their face and stick your foot so far up their ass they taste the bottom of your shoe. And I'm so inspired by him. The last show, I think a couple of years ago, right before Paris Fashion Week, he was severely burned and still put... Ooh, the light went off. Oh my God. Okay, we're back. My foot hit the my thing for my light. Sorry. And really, is this what we're doing today? Technical difficulties. Let me move my foot. And what was I saying? Yeah, he got severely burned on his face. I mean, I think he had to have surgery and everything, and pulled through to present an amazing collection. He is one of the greats. He is one of our current greats. And to be a person of color and just ruling Paris Fashion Week, it's really inspiring. And it gives me butterflies just to talk about it. I'm tongue-tied talking about it. So who else do we have? Vivienne Westwood. Now, has it been a year yet since her passing? I think we're coming up on a year. I don't think it's been a year quite yet. I don't think it's been a year yet. It hasn't been a year yet. This is the second collection that Andreas has had to show since her death, I believe. This collection, honey, can we talk about the revamp of the iconic Vivienne Westwood boots? Honey, with the suede and the applique, honey, I was living. But my favorite look of the Vivienne Westwood collection has got to be Irina Shayk in the bridal look. I love the two bustles on the side. Her breasts, just the way that dress just held her breasts up. I would love to wear that in black, covered in Swarovski diamonds, honey. I lived for that look with the glasses. Huge congratulations to Andreas. That collection was everything. Also, we're going to talk about Y Project. Although it wasn't my favorite collection overall, I have to say, the way they did this fabric, I don't know what they did to get this fabric to stay like this, if they had to starch it real good. I don't know what they had to do, but this fabric is it's insane. And I would love for somebody to do like a TikTok or a reel on how they think they did it and to see them try, because I would try to do this myself and make me a sick outfit. I loved that. So huge shout out to Y Projects. Also, Terry Mugler, the House of Mugler, darling, gave a just glamorous and windy show with a star-studded cast of models, including the girl, the millennial icon, Paris Hilton, and our queen, our queen made her runway debut. Miss Angela fucking Bassett walked that fucking runway. We need to see Angela, or excuse me, Mrs. Bassett on more runways. Cause I was at work watching the show. Shh, don't tell nobody. I was at work watching the show live. And when I saw Angela Bassett come out, I had to go to the bathroom and collect myself. Because I was literally gagging. What a fucking moment. The wind blowing. The collection was okay. Cat Wilder, he's been doing great at the house. You know what? I'm not gonna say it was okay. It was everything. Because I loved how he revamped that glass type corset that Terry Mugler created years ago when he revamped it. I love that. I love that. That alone sent me over the edge. I loved it. So now we're going to talk about who won Best Dressed. Who were my favorite girls of Fashion Week? So I have to tell y'all, Kelly Rowland nailed it. Every fucking look. Chloe, she's wearing so many different looks. So many different hairstyles. She even donned her bare breasts in this brown look. Kelly Rowland fucking nailed Fashion Week. She, as the kids say, she ate, okay? Ain't that what the kids say? She ate, honey, okay? Kelly Rowland. Also, Ari Lennox made her Paris Fashion Week debut and killed it. I loved her in this Christian Cohen silver metallic with the red feathers down at the bottom. Huge shout out to Christian Cohen, who showed during Paris Fashion Week. I wasn't crazy about the collection. It wasn't really my jam, but I love this look on Ari Lennox. Who else did she wear? I don't know. Oh, Balenciaga. She went to the Balenciaga show. She was pictured with Erykah Badu. It was just like they just opened their arms and just welcomed her. I do believe this is her first Paris Fashion Week. I've never seen her at Paris Fashion Week before. And also, we already talked about Kylie and Rosea. So those are my two best dressed overall. And also, wait a minute, I can't talk about best dressed without talking about my favorite stylist. I hope she watches this. But Jess fucking Williams. She, I believe, is the editor of The Cut. She is a stylist and editor, darling. And she served as well. I loved her looks. Anyway, so that was it for Paris Fashion Week. It was so jam-packed. If you want more details of Paris Fashion Week, head over to my stories and click on the Fashion Week icon. It's just so much. I would be sitting here for 5 hours talking about it all. But I really enjoyed it. What a month it is for fashion. We are in October. I'm so inspired, especially by Milan. You guys know I live for Milan Fashion Week. That's like my favorite. But I have a lot of looks coming. I have like 7 looks in my head right now that are just spinning, and 3 that I'm already in the process of making. We're in October. It's almost 2024. What the fuck we gonna do? Hope Trump don't become president, bitch, because America, you in danger, girl. Okay? That's all I can say. We will talk about Trump next week. Anyway, it's been a power-packed show. I just had to come on and touch on Paris Fashion Week. It was so beautiful. Huge congratulations to all the designers, all the models, all the makeup artists and hair artists, because you guys are artists too. Also, huge shout out to Pat McGrath. Pat McGrath has got to be one of the hardest working women of color women period, not even just of color, women period in the beauty space. I saw her do makeup for at least 15 shows. At least. At least. Not only did she do the makeup for the models on the shows, which, let me tell you something, Pat McGrath is an institution. Okay, so I'm sure she had other makeup artists working under her. But just to have to oversee all of that, and I'm watching her day after day after day on her Instagram and her social media, posting day after day. She's not only just doing the makeup for the shows, she herself is doing celebrity clients as well. So, huge shout out to Pat McGrath. She is the beauty icon for that space. Like, when it comes to like makeup and any kind of beauty product, Pat McGrath, she's that queen. She's that girl. Anyway, guys, I will be back later this week to talk about a few viral hot topics I didn't have time to touch on today. And that's our show. Stay tuned. Make sure you like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Tell me what you wanted me to talk about next week. You know, I need to fill in these gaps. It's no longer fashion. Fashion month is officially over, Paris. This is it. So, like and subscribe, like I said. Leave a comment if you want me to touch on any topics, or if you have something that you want to talk about and be a guest on the show. Email me. Everything is on my Instagram page in my bio. It's been such a great month. Thank you guys for sticking with me. Again, I'll be back in a few days, so make sure you